Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex here again with darkmonkeyballs.com, coming at you with another video. This one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a how-to video on two things, twofold. One, how to mix vermiculite for hatching eggs, and two is how to assist feed a snake. The dinker that I've been assist feeding, the one that I got from Benin, Africa, finally took its own pinky, which is great. So that means it's got that instinct to finally start eating on its own. But unfortunately, two of the black pastels and the pewter are not eating, so I need to assist feed them, which is why they're not up for sale yet, etc., etc. What you're looking at, though, is the cage for one of my tarantulas, and I don't know, can't get a good view. But like I've said before, one of the reasons I like tarantulas is how they interact with their environment, so that's just kind of what I wanted to get a shot of, which you can't see too well. But basically, I put it into a new cage, and this thing has webbed up the entire floor all over the place, all over these broken tiles and stuff, and it's made itself a nice little home. And also, on the tarantula side of things, as you get a view of my wall, my big, where's my flashlight? My big Pyrigallus female, which is right here, has molted, if you can see that. Maybe not, I don't know, can't really tell with LED lights. They're not exactly the best thing in the world for getting views. Along with, let's see here if I turn this a little bit. Not quite, I don't know. It's webbed up all the glass, so the light is reflecting off the webbing. But yeah, she's a big girl, and she's even bigger, brighter. But anywho, onward and upward on how to do vermiculite and assist feeding. So I will be right back. Alrighty, so this is my big bag of vermiculite, which I got from Home Depot for about 20 bucks. Pretty cheap. I can do a lot of tubs with this stuff. Basically what I'm using are these, here we go. They are 6 quart or 5.7 liter Sterilite plastic shoebox tubs, which are perfect for the average ball python clutch. However, if you do raise a female ball python for any, let's say, bigger than 1,800 to 2,000 grams, her clutches are probably going to be too big for these. You're going to need two. So this is a fine-grained vermiculite, which is not too shabby. Pour it on in there. Now this is dry, and that should be good. A little bit more. Actually, not too bad. Now, some people will take this and they'll put a plastic grate over it so that when they do the eggs, that the eggs aren't touching the substrate. I like to put the eggs right on there. It's better for the humidity on the eggs. And yeah, you can see it's a little bit more than halfway in the tub. And I have my reasoning for that. Onward to the water part. You can see my pinkies defrosting here. It's important that they're fully defrosted if you're going to feed stuff, which might seem like an obvious thing to do, but it's always good to say. These guys should be good to go for the assist feeding. Just a little freezer burn on them. Hopefully that's not too bad. But here we go. And it's a little bit echoey in the bathroom. But what I like to do is I'll actually mix this with hot water. And I'll just go around here a bit. Kind of guesstimate. Not exactly an exact science here. I'll put some in, mix it around, and what you're going for, see, look at this. This is fine grate. It's almost like sand. It's actually too fine. I prefer thicker vermiculite, but yeah, you take what you can get. The reason is the thicker stuff holds on to this moisture better. So you just mix this stuff around with the water. I'm using hot water again so that if I were to put a clutch in here, it would not be cold. Thing with incubating eggs, it's not rocket science, but any sudden temperature fluctuation does not bode well for the little snakes, and you can get dead eggs that way, which is why you want to make sure that your incubator works at a steady rate. You don't want any power fluctuations. Now this stuff, you see me crumpling it, it's actually not too bad. It's still a little dry. So let's see here. Look at that, it made a mess. Awesome. So what you want to do is get this stuff to mix so that it will clump without any water coming out. And there's actually kind of a range on that because it was clumping before, but I could tell it was too dry. So now it's right about where I'd want it to be. And it's nice and warm from the hot water. If you want to, or if you can, it's probably better. Set this in your incubator for a bit until it acclimates and it's at the temperature of the incubator. What you don't want to do is put eggs right onto cold substrate. That's not good. You might risk killing the embryo. So, not too bad. So, that is how you do that. Next up, assist feeding a tiny little snake.